Welcome all to the FSHD Society Radio Show. We're here again recognizing the World FSHD Day, spanning the globe as we have throughout these interviews to kind of get everyone's take on the day and how they are either affected by FSHD or what are they doing in research and development and things of that nature to help us stop this disease. But we're not going too super far, at least for me, to the corners of the globe. I mean, I'm doing this in Wisconsin, so just not too far east from me. We're kind of traveling over to Ohio here, and we're bringing in Nizar. He is a researcher. He has been working very diligently, and we're going to talk about biomarkers, things that are happening in the upcoming month, a big, I guess, event that we want to talk about as well. But let's introduce him in here first. Welcome, Nizar. Thanks for being here, spending some time with us on this day.
Well, yeah, thank you, Tim. And it's a privilege to be on your podcast and be part of the World FSHD Day. My name is Nizar Saad. I am a new faculty at the Nationwide Children's Hospital. I have a PI position at the hospital, and I'm also affiliated as a faculty at The Ohio State University in the School of Medicine.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, yeah. So, in terms of background, I'm originally Lebanese and French, and I moved to the United States with the idea of going and after my PhD graduation to do a postdoc on the work I have been doing. And I've always wanted to become a faculty and conducting my own research. And so I started as a postdoc at the Ohio State University, but then in 2015, I moved to the lab of Dr. Scott Harper at the Center for Gene Therapy at Nationwide Children's Hospital, and my journey with FSHD started then.
That is quite the name, Scott Harper, that we hear a lot of, right, in the FSHD world. So you to be a part of that, how did that connection then start? Did you seek out to be part of that lab? Something that they sought you?
Well, actually, it happened because I was looking to move on to a more translational research, and it happened that Dr. Harper is looking for a molecular biologist, and it happened that I had that background. So I interviewed with Dr. Harper and his team, and I got immediately interested in the work they do. And at that time, like gene therapy was really having a lot of potential and still have a lot of potential. And I mean, it was perfect for me because I will be working in a translational research setting. There's a really a disease related to muscular dystrophy that will be working on developing therapeutics for that disease. And so there's kind of like a mission behind it, and serving the community was really essential too. So it crossed all, it checked all boxes for me. So it was a no-brainer to join the lab.
How much did you know, if anything, with the disease as in regards to FSHD?
Well, originally, before I joined the Harper Lab, I did not know much about the disease. So I got to get on track and get to know the disease. And because of the FSHD Society and my role as a postdoc back then, I was involved in the FSHD Society, participating in those scientific meetings that the FSHD Society organizes, and it was really interesting to get to know the community and understand the science behind it and who's working on that aspect of the disease. And so being part of that society was really helpful to get to know the disease more, and also like the literature and the work that has been done on understanding the disease and developing therapies for it.
So it's become now kind of your own, it sounds like personal mission, buy-in now to this, right? You see what it's done to people.
Yeah.
I definitely get the sense that you talked about community, talk about making an impact on people's lives.
Sure.
There's no question that we know that people such as yourself putting their time and effort and their skill into researching this is a huge positive effect. It's nice to have someone such as yourself in our corner, because Nizar, there's no way I'm going to be able to figure out anything that you're doing. So we need smart people such as yourself to help with this disease. So with being in the lab, how long have you been there with Scott Harper?
Well, it's been like 6 years and a couple of months with the Harper Lab before I started my independent faculty position. But I still work very closely with the Harper Lab. I use a lot of their lab resources, and we're still writing grants together and looking for new ways to find and develop therapeutics for FSHD. But also at the same time, I'm conducting my own independent work, and part of it is looking at biomarkers and blood biomarkers for FSHD.
So you talk about blood biomarkers, and I know we've talked or heard previously people talking about muscle biopsy, MRI.
Yeah.
Is that kind of in the same world, in the same realm as what you're working with the blood?
So I will be working on looking at molecular biomarkers. So it would be looking at some aspects of what the cells in the body are releasing in the blood, and trying to see whether FSHD patients has a certain pattern that is different from the unaffected individuals. So with that, we will be able to distinguish an FSHD patient from a unaffected individual, but also we'll be hoping to use those molecular biomarkers for understanding the FSHD progression and the onset of FSHD. So the work is still at the beginning, but we're hopeful, and thanks to the FSHD Society and their chapter and the support from Nationwide Children's Hospital, I'm able to conduct that study. And also I would like to thank the Chris Carino FSHD Foundation for supporting that work. And so I don't know if you want to go with the projects, the future projects that we're
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, you're definitely transitioning that direction as we kind of segue in when you're talking about the events happening there at Nationwide Children's. July 8th sticks out, right? There's a big FSHD Lab Day. Talk about that for sure.
Exactly, yes. So for the purpose of collecting FSHD blood samples, one of the ways, classical ways to do it is to wait annual visits or like monthly visits and got one or two blood sample from here and there. And that would make the study go longer. And so for the purpose of accelerating things and make things move quicker, came up the idea to organize an FSHD Lab Day at Nationwide Children's Hospital, of course, with the help of the Columbus chapter and Susan Omeler and the FSHD Society and the people at Children's Hospital. We were able to come up with a date, which is July 8th. So we are hosting a family day between FSHD patients and their friends and family to come together and get some updates about the field, and also if they're willing to donate blood for the biomarker study. That's the objective also, is to collect blood from the patients themselves and also from unaffected individuals. And we will be more than happy to have the patients and their who are willing to attend the event and donate blood to register to the website that is being shared by the chapter and the FSHD Society with the FSHD community. Register to that website, please, and we will get in contact with you to have a consent. And without that consent, we're not going to be able to get blood. So we need the consent. We need to contact you. So, but we have a team dedicated to contact the patients and whoever willing to donate blood. And hopefully we have good attendance, and happy to see all the FSHD community from time to time and talk to them. It will be really inspiring.
Yeah, you're definitely hitting a lot of things there in one day. The donation side of it, helping your research, of course, but getting the families together. I mean, that's goes back to what you're talking about, kind of making that impact. It definitely appears, Nizar, that this is not just, you know, cells for you that you're attacking or trying to study. These are people, and I get a really strong sense that you completely get that for sure. And being a part of that event and talking about it and letting people know how to do that. I am scrambling myself, kind of looking at the website too to see, hey, you know, like where is it posted? How do you get there? Well, everybody, if you go to the FSHDsociety.org site, go on that calendar page. There is all information right there on the July 8th, where it links to sign up and so forth. The Columbus chapter director's information for Columbus, Ohio is there as well. So everything you pretty much need to know, including a map how to get there, is right there for you. So visit that, get signed up, get registered so that you have the ability to donate and give blood. Now, I've done a muscle biopsy thing before, right? Not that comfortable, Nizar, not that comfortable. So in relation to what you're asking for, just for a blood donation, this is a lot less invasive, right?
Right. Yes, this is a lot less invasive, and it could probably give us additional information that we have overlooked, and so that's the idea. I mean, muscle biopsies are really important and very helpful in understanding the disease. And for now, that's the only thing that we have, in addition to some of the other clinical outcome measures that are really important for understanding the natural history of the disease and also testing therapeutics. But again, if we can get something more easier for the patients, it can give us probably complementary information about progression, therapeutic efficacy of drugs, and that's what we're going to do. So,
wow, you're leaving no stone unturned and kind of blazing a new path, and that's very exciting. It's good news. It's great news, to be honest with you. So I totally implore people to, if you want to get to that event, register ahead of time. Find that information all there on FSHDsociety.org. Nizar, anything else that we didn't talk about you want to make sure that we hit before we let you go for the day?
No, I would like to thank you. I would like to thank the efforts of the Columbus chapter for organizing that day, and the Nationwide Children's Hospital clinical team, and whoever is supporting that, the FSHD Society, of course, and their support is tremendous and helpful. And hopefully we can still work together to come up with efficient therapeutics and biomarkers, and hopefully to see everybody during the FSHD Lab Day on July 8th, and around the FSHD meetings. And thank you for hosting me too again.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for being here, Nizar. Look forward to maybe seeing you again. We'll cross paths. Hopefully this is our first time chatting. Love to chat again. But thanks for joining us today on World FSHD Day. And once again, visit that information to sign up for the big July 8th event. All right. Take care, Nizar. Thank you much.
My pleasure. Thank you.